Welcome, my name's Anthony King, and today we're going to continue our commentary of Michael Jackson's history tour in Munich. So what you want to do is have your history tour wannabe starting something lined up, and I will cue you to press play. Okay, I'm going to go 3, 4, and then hit it. So get ready. Get it set up just before the 3 drums. It's coming. 3, 4, ba, ba, ba. Okay, we are away. So, history tour in Munich. Great show. Want to be starting something. Great hit there. Okay, let's take a look at that. You're going to see a lot more crowd shots than usual in this concert compared to the rest, because this had Sat1's German TV station, had multiple additional cameras than usual. One of the negative things about that, which you can see right now, is the lighting. It almost looks like a little bit like daylight, because in a way it was, because the spotlights, the floodlights of the stadium, and not the floodlights, but the lights are facing the crowd. And the reason for that is because the TV cameras are filming the crowd for the broadcast, because this was broadcast live. Well, this song particularly was live. The whole concert wasn't live, but this song was up until Stranger in Moscow, and up until, Stranger in Moscow. So anyway, let's take a look. Few things about this song. Let's be honest. His voice. Now, Michael's voice in this particular show wasn't his strongest. Probably this is maybe one of his weakest vocal performances ever of this song, and ever performing live that we've seen published. So, but once something is once it's pre-planned and you're going to be broadcast, you have to do it. You can't pull out. So he's a trooper for battling on. Interesting thing though, the key of this song is 3 semitones lower than the original Thriller album, which is extremely low. I mean, this should be something which is extremely comfortable in Michael Jackson's range. And it's also slower in tempo. We'll come back to that in a minute. Apparently Michael had laryngitis on this show, and through the tour, but I don't know about that, so I really don't know. Okay, so if you notice his dancing, his vocabulary increased so much. He added robotics, he added locking. I think his dancing on the history tour, quite possibly, was his best tour for dancing. Okay, so you see his side moonwalk there. It's tight, and you're filming the crowd. That's why you have to have the lights on so you can see the crowd. Look at her going crazy there. Okay, let's take a look at another thing. Musically, this song is to a live band. There's no click track like most of Michael Jackson's songs, so there's no pre-recorded elements. Everything you hear is played live or triggered live, which is why it sounds funky. There's nothing pre-recorded. Okay, let's see Michael Jackson's tableau here. Brilliant. So this is called a tableau, where you take poses and you do choreography. Brilliant piece of choreography here. Look at Lavelle Smith and his orange hair. Great. You see the stage shaking there? It's not completely. It's got bounce in it. The stage. That's a temporary stage. That's one of the reasons why. Look at her. Olympic Stadium, a beautiful stadium. Beautiful stadium. So obviously Michael will usually wait a lot longer, but because it's being broadcast, he actually kept this pretty quick. We're away. So, brilliant strings in this in this version. Musically, it did change and evolve over the tour. If you notice that thing that he's standing on right now, that's his set list. If you haven't seen previous commentaries, they write down the set list in front, so he remembers what song's coming next. If you notice, there's kind of holes in the grey backdrop behind the stage. That is actually bullet holes, in quotation marks, and that's a theme of the concert. That was the war theme of the show, so that's not just holes in the canvas at the back. And you notice the luminous strips on the floor, they're actually just placement for the dancers. Now this, vocally, straining a little bit. I guess he did have laryngitis, because this should be pretty easy for him. Great spin coming up here. Excuse me. Now, the chant, Mama Say Mama Sama Mamakusa, because they cut down the singers from 4 to 3 on the second leg of the tour, I feel that this sounds really weak. And that original chant on the album was really powerful. So unfortunately, it loses the power. But that's a pity. Now, they walk forward. Notice, what's the difference between the first leg of the tour and this leg of the tour? Can you notice anything? There's usually a BAM! There's a crack. But for some reason, sometimes the drummer hits a bass kick, sometimes he hits a hard crack snap. So if you, let's say, history tour in Bucharest, Romania, that you really hear the cracks on the Mosema Masama Makusat. Well, I think you really need those. You really do. Michael's great James Brown move here. Brilliant. Yeah, very good dancing on this show. Just clean. He looks comfortable. He looks good. Brilliant drumming. That bass kick. If you listen to that bass kick underneath there, that's Debbie Rowe in the back there. It's his wife. You can see his wedding ring on his finger. So those lights would be done by computer because they're just perfect. However, they'd be triggered live because this is not to click track. So that's pretty impressive lighting there at the end. Okay, so let's have a look. What else? So yeah, if we listen to the... it's finished now, so if we listen to the Dangerous Tour version, you know that if I remember rightly, it's probably 2 semitones lower. But one semitone lower, and on his opening night, he couldn't sing it, and then he lowered it in later parts of the tour. But this is even lower. Let's go over to my piano. Let's see what we got here. Let's have a look at the... Okay. So, if you think about it, Michael was singing it extremely low, like this. And the album version was 3 semitones higher, significantly higher. That's pretty a lot to sing. So surprisingly, I'm actually surprised that he lowered it that much because he had a great range. But you know, when you're dancing and singing and so much energy, it's better to be comfortable. So. All right, that's a little bit of a quick run through of Wanna Be Starting Something on the History Tour. Definitely one of my favourite songs. Mainly musically, it's just live. Right? And I just feel that there's something magical when you're 100% live. Band, singing. I just think it's a pity about the backing singers that they cut that out because especially with that chant in the end, you really need that... You need the power of that African chant. However, great concert, as always, even with the vocal issues. Thank you so much. We will move on soon to Stranger in Moscow. See you soon.